This is my audience. I'll hand the phone off to you. These are my note cards. This is the first one, the second note card, and the third note card. Okay. I'll start my speech up now. Running is good for you, but specific problems have been twisted into universal truths that make people fearful. This isn't good because people shouldn't fear becoming healthier. Many people try to get stronger, healthier, and or better looking by running. I know I have. I run for fun just as much as I run for sport. But I also come across people who say, I could never do that, or I don't want to do that to my knees. Does this sound familiar? Well, I've run for sport for about 3 years now, but I know people who have been running for multiple decades. Because of this, I've looked into multiple longevity-related topics to see if running really is good for you in the long term. So people benefit from running, so we should be less afraid of it. I will show you that some people fear running, why some people think running can be harmful, and how to get into running without inflicting harm. Many people think running is too stressful on their joints because it's a high-impact activity, so they never consider the long-term benefits. Many people look at running and think, oh, that'll wear out your knees. Another problem is that running is a high-impact activity which can cause soreness, stiffness, and blistering. These problems, among other ones, are mentioned in an article titled, Why is Running Hard? The Science Behind It and How to Get Better by Amanda May on August 16, 2022. Because of fears of running-related injuries, people don't run, and they may miss a critical opportunity to improve their health. So people do recognize that running is helpful, but many are still reluctant because they fear injuries. There are multiple reasons people fear running, and multiple reasons that problems can occur. My first example is poor running form leading to injuries. Let's look at heel-to-toe runners. Now, heel-to-toe running is much harder on your knees. Imagine stopping yourself every single step. These are what these running mechanics do to most runners. All that compounded force of your body weight hurts the soft tissues in your joints and your cartilage, and it gets distributed right into them. Another reason that problems can occur is a lack of strength and mobility. Imbalances and stiff muscles only worsen poor running form, but some people try to persist rather than fixing the root of the problem. Now, the human body's connections make the imbalances cause irregular stresses in other areas. This can cause pain and other injuries down the road. So starting too quickly is also another problem. Starting too quickly means most people's bodies haven't had adequate time to adapt to the new stresses. Although running is a natural movement, people's bodies still need plenty of time to adapt to the new stimuli. A good way to visualize this is like building a house. You can put up walls, run plumbing, put in electricity, and put up sheetrock, wallpaper, but even with all that, it'll crumble without a proper foundation. So the causes of people's fears make sense, but hopefully they can be swayed with enough information backing up injury prevention. With proper precaution, injuries are almost entirely avoidable, and the long-term benefits are also great. Eliud Kipchoge, an Olympic distance athlete, is advancing in his age, but has been relatively injury-free. What's he doing that seems to be working so well? On top of having world-class help, he has spent years ramping up his training to get where he is today. He also cycles his training and spends time building back up to an exceedingly competitive fitness level once again, every single season. One way to avoid the aforementioned problems is by using strength conditioning. The book titled Getting Stronger, Strength Training for Men and Women, Sports Training, General Conditioning, and Bodybuilding by Bill Pearl and Dr. Gary T. Morton, published in 1986, emphasizes strength training and stretching for all athletes in order to generate a better balance. This helps to prevent a chain of injuries occurring from a single imbalance. This also strengthens and mobilizes people's joints, making injuries less likely in the first place. There are also many long-term health benefits that are found across multiple articles. As referenced by the article, Is Running Good or Bad for Your Health on NPR by Marcelo Gleiser, published on September 14th of 2016, it was found that running about 15 minutes a week consistently increases a person's lifespan by about 3 years, and a 30% decrease in all-cause mortality risks was observed. Now, a second article, titled Run for Your Long Life on Harvard Health Publishing by Monique Teo on May 24th of 2017, referenced the benefits of running a similar amount of time, and it included a 45% reduced risk of death from heart attacks or strokes. In short, Both articles are condensing information from multiple studies saying that a higher fitness level usually means a longer life, and a lower fitness level usually means a shorter life. And that running is a safe tool to get more fit, but people must understand how to create a safe base in order to do so. Now that we know why running is good and how to prevent the bad, let's tell the world to promote better health. Not just for running, but to debunk other myths preventing people from doing something they may end up enjoying and or benefit from. So, people benefit from running, so we should be less afraid of it. I've told you that some people fear running, why some people think running is harmful, and how to get into running without inflicting harm. Now that we have taken away some common myths about running, remember its benefits and try to encourage a less fearful, more fit, and more well-informed society. Thank you.